Episode 62, Kicking It with Kaz. Welcome back. I feel weird right now. I really don't know how to explain it. I don't know if I need to throw up or if I need to throw back a Xanax and put on Home Alone. Those feelings are very similar in my life. I know they shouldn't be, but they are. I don't know if I need I don't know if I need prescription drugs in a children's movie or if I just need to pull trig, let out the demons inside of me. I'm not really sure. It's an interesting feeling on this fine, beautiful afternoon. Well, it's more of a morning right now. It's still morning. It's absolutely still morning. Anything before noon is definitely still morning. Something in the back of my throat is fighting to find its way out. It didn't like my stomach, and it's trying to find its way out of the crevices, and I prefer if it didn't right now. Listen, I'm super sorry that the episode today I'm terribly sorry that today's episode is a day late. I was caught between the crossfire of Ronald McDonald trying to stab the Burger King man, and I couldn't make this up. My fault for, going to get chicken fries. I should be shot just for even ordering those. If you go to Burger King and order chicken fries, you're less than the rest of us. I absolutely hate to tell you that. I hate to be the one to tell you that, but you needed to hear it, okay? You did need to hear it. Stop going to Burger King and ordering chicken fries. Order them separately. They don't need to go together. There's absolutely no reason. If you're drunk and it's 3 a.m., I will let it slide. But if it's 1 p.m. on a Tuesday and you're ordering chicken fries, maybe look in the mirror and reevaluate your life, okay? Maybe sit there and really think about it and think, am I living the way that I want to live? Am I living through God's image? Am I living through the Lord? Am I living for the Lord? Am I living for my community? Because I think if the Lord came down, he would say, no, you're not. You're absolutely not. You're going to Burger King, you're ordering chicken fries, you're disgusting. That's kind of gross, right? And I know a lot of people that be like, God, he's all loving. I like to disagree. I like to think that I like to think that he likes to have a little fun. I like to think that he has a sense of humor, right? I mean, he definitely has a sense of humor, right? What's that one Bible story? Noah's Ark, right? There were some people who were like a little mean and like not that great, and he was like, what if we killed all of them, right? That's a little funny. That's a little, right? That's a little funny, all right? That's a little funny. Just a tad, literally just a tad. I'm just, okay. Or like the plague stories, that's fucking hilarious, right? The king or the emperor or whatever, or I don't know what it was at the time, or the Egyptian king, or the pharaoh, right? And he was like, tell God he's got to mess with me. Crazy bar, right? God was like, fuck around and find out. Shit, hilarious. He like killed his guy. He killed the pharaoh's newborn. Or his firstborn. He killed his son. That's a little funny. That's like, right? You got to laugh. You got to look at that. You got to be like, he fucked around. He found out. It's a little funny. It's a little funny. Anyways, I'm excited because there's a blizzard coming into Chicago. Haven't had a white Christmas in years. Super excited about it. A good old white Christmas, the way the Lord intended it. I'm just kidding. I was actually crazy enough. True story. I was running down Michigan Avenue, and just every person I could find, I was like, it's going to be a white Christmas. Finally. Christmas isn't Christmas if it ain't white. I got stabbed on Michigan Avenue. I was running up and down the streets. I was like, Christmas isn't Christmas unless it's white. I go, it ain't Christmas if it ain't white. Yeah, I got stabbed repeatedly. At first, I was confused. I was like, you guys don't like snow? The guy stabbing me started to violently apologize. He's like, I thought you were talking about race. I go, what? That's insane, man. I'm just trying to spread Christmas cheer. But I'm very excited for this white Christmas. I'm excited to run outside Christmas morning. Absolutely belligerently hungover, probably throwing up. But I'm gonna do some snow angels. Absolutely. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to do a couple snow angels, maybe build a snowman, maybe 2, maybe 3. It's also going to be like negative. It's going to be in the negatives, which is not fun. Like negative Fahrenheit, which is like for anybody who doesn't live in America, I think in Celsius, I think like 0 in Fahrenheit is like negative 30 in Celsius. So just, figure that out for yourselves. It's definitely not an exciting time. But the snow is fun. But the cold, not so much, right? Because when it gets like below zero and there's snow, the snow just turns to like straight ice. And instead of like slipping and then falling in the snow, and then you're like, oh my God, isn't life so good? You like slip and like slit your head open and then like forget the names of your children, you know? You like slip and fall outside on Christmas morning. You're like, who are these people? Dad, I'm your son. For 15 years, I don't know who you are. There's no way you're my son. You're terrible looking. You're ugly as hell. Can you imagine someone forgets their family, their wife? You ever think this would have happened? Somebody like forgot their family, right? They hit their head so hard they forget their family. You never see one of those times where somebody comes out of the coma, right, that they were in, and they forget like everybody they love. And their wife is like, honey, it's me. And they're just like, I would not marry someone that ugly. There's no way. They're like, they just wake up. They're like, who? They're like, who is this? Who is this? Who are you? I'm your wife. No. No way, man. Absolutely not. I married you? Yes. I'm not. No way. I'm way out of your league. You're disgusting. We had children together? No way. I would never. That's gross. Start showing them like wedding pictures. They're like, there's no way that's me. Right? But obviously physical attraction doesn't matter. We all know this. It's all based on personality. That's the truth. Nobody dates based on looks. That's ridiculous. If you date based on looks, you're racist. I don't know how to explain it, but it's the truth. If you date based on whether or not you're physically attracted to someone, you're racist and probably and you also probably hate the gays. I don't make the rules, but it's the truth, right? I don't make the rules. That's just what society's been telling me recently. Everybody, if you date based on looks, you're a scumbag and you're a lowlife and you should be probably slaughtered and or hung in Times Square. There's really no other reason to deal with your kind, right? You're telling me that you're with this person because you were attracted to their face. That's disgusting. You're sexist, probably somehow. I haven't figured out how yet, but I'm gonna pinpoint it, and I'll send you a document, and I'll send you 500-word essay with my words cited. So just give me a day or two to really get my thoughts together. But you're a piece of shit. For you to sit there and tell me that, oh no, you married this person and you're dating this person because you like their jokes is the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do, right? I mean, that's the proper thing to do. But for you to look at me and say that you initially were with someone just because of what their face looked like, and then later down the line you were like, oh my God, their personality is actually kind of cool. You're a scumbag, and you should probably be shot, right? Because that's insane to think that the only reason you walked up to someone was because they're cute. Obviously, from 30 feet away in a crowded bar, you could figure out somebody's personality, and that's why you should be walking up to them. That's why, obviously, everybody I've ever been with, I never even looked at their face. I only looked at their kneecaps, and I was like, tell me a riddle, tell me a joke. And if I giggled, then I was like, you know what, let's take this a step further. And that's the only way that I know how to date. Just because I'm a good person and I'm better than you is really, it's just not funny. This is not laughable. A lot of you, I know you're sitting there in your car and you're giggling your little clits off. Well, that was gross. Not really, actually. No, you could giggle your clit off, or your tip, your penis, right? You could giggle that right off. One time I laughed so hard, my dick fell off. I had to grow another. That was actually the first person I dated. They were so funny, my dick fell off, and I was like, this is amazing. You're beautiful. This is fantastic. Oh man, what are we talking about, dude? What's going on today? What the fuck? What's going on? What's going on through Kaz's brain? By the way, the reason the episode's late, if you don't follow the Instagram, because you fucking hate me and you want to see me fail in life. the reason I didn't record yesterday was I did try to, but I accidentally took my, or not accidentally, on purpose took my Adderall because I had a lot of work to do just in general, like things that like weren't creative wise, and like it just takes me so much longer because I like, you know, forget what I'm doing, and then I stare at the wall, and then I forget that I need to like breathe and shit like that. So, you know, it's exhausting. So I'll take an Adderall. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I could record a podcast episode on Adderall. That's not true at all in the slightest. That's actually not fucking possible. I realized slowly. I was sitting here and I was like going through some of my notes and I was like, well, that's not funny, right? I was being like violently rational. You know, I was acting like a normal human. I was being violently just like rational and taking everything into consideration, and I was like, well, this isn't funny at all. This is actually quite annoying. Like, I remember I was reading some of the current events topic. Like, what was one of them? Oh, I read anonymous cyberbully who harassed teen for a year was revealed to be teen's mother. So this teen's mom was running multiple burner accounts and cyberbullying her child. And I read that and I was like, there's nothing funny about that. That mom they should go to parent. I was like, they need counseling. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me, man? We'll get to that later, by the way. What else did I want to talk about? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everything, hope everything's going really good with you. What do I want to talk about, man? Let's let my brain go into the horizon. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming down your chimney and down your mother's back. What? Dude, can you imagine if Santa, you know how everybody's like Santa thinks like everybody thinks Santa's just like this like, thick bearded jolly white dude who brings you gifts in the middle of the night? I like to think that Santa is an Italian from Brooklyn because I think it's a little bit more fun that way. I think it's a little bit more fun. Let's pretend that I'm Santa Claus from Brooklyn. Let's do this really quick. So I'm ready. I'm Santa Claus from Brooklyn, and we're having a conversation. What up, ho ho ho? What up? It's the ho ho holidays. Listen, yeah, I'm fucking Santa Claus. Listen, tell your mother I got a fucking gift for her. I got a fucking stocking. I got a stocking, and written on the top is her name. Her name's on top of the fucking stocking. It says Santa's little cum rag, because that's what your mother is to me. Santa's little fucking cum rag. Santa's Santa's little cum rag, yeah. You saw mommy kissing Santa Claus, yeah. That was you saw only the beginning of it. You didn't see Santa coming down a fucking chimney, if you know what I'm saying. Where do you think you're 16 years old? You think your 3-year-old brother is your father's? Get the fuck out of here. It's Santa Claus's. He's half Santa Claus. He's half Claus. He's half Claus. Your 3-year-old brother half Claus. My fault for coming down your mother's chimney. I even knocked twice. I knocked twice. She told me to come right in. I go, all right. Hey. Listen, Santa Claus does what Santa Claus needs to do. One thing about Santa Claus, though, that I'm actually a little bit upset about is nobody ever calls Santa Claus and they're like, hey, how the fuck you doing? Nobody gives a fuck about Santa Claus. Everybody's always like, give me this, you're writing fucking letters like it's 1923. And you're like, hey, Santa Claus, can you get me a fucking Xbox? Can you get me a fucking PS5? How about you go fuck yourself? How about you go and fuck yourself, little Timmy, huh? How about you go suck a dick? Okay? Every year it's can I get this? Can I get that? Never how's your fucking cholesterol, Santa Claus? Newsflash, not good. Stop giving me fucking milk and cookies. I have zero fucking self-discipline, and I will eat them, okay? My doctor, I'm past the point that Honey Nut Cheerios is going to do me any good, okay? That little B on the front, I know it says improves cholesterol, but it only can improve it so much. And that is my impression of Santa Claus, who's from Brooklyn. And I like to believe that. I like to believe that Santa Claus is from Brooklyn, because if he's not from Brooklyn, where's he from? I don't know. Anyways, moving on. I saw the new Avatar movie. No spoilers, but let's just say, first of all, I didn't want to go see it. I wasn't planning on going to see it. I love being a hater, and I know being a hater of Avatar is a trend, so I was like, damn it, that sucks. I don't want to be involved, so I went and saw the movie. because I wanted to give you my own honest opinion. No spoilers, once again, just my honest opinion of the overall movie. I saw it in 3D because that's the only way I was going to see it, because I wasn't too keen on the plot being any good. I'm going to be honest with you. And very unfortunately, I was violently correct. Every single time watching this Avatar movie that I went, I bet this is going to happen next, I was right every single time. The last time I was right every single time was when I was watching, I don't know, Finding Nemo, right? What happens at the end? Oh, I don't know. Maybe they find Nemo. Oh, wow, I was correct. That was the last time that I was that on the ball when the plot came around. Now, listen, visually, absolutely gorgeous. I remember, listen, I'm going to be honest with you right now. When I saw Avatar, the first one, when I was about 8 or 9 years old, when it was in theaters, I saw it in the theater, and that began a little bit of sexual confusion. Not thinking that I was gay, but right, because I was around 8 years old, 9 years old maybe, and I was like, definitely like girls, absolutely like girls. And then I saw Avatar, and I was like, do I like blue people as well? And I think I was like, do I like aliens, right? Because I was already 8, 9 years old. I was already sitting there, and I was like, all women, all race, all religions, I'm down, let's make it happen. And I was like, that's who I am. Then I saw Avatar, and I was sexually confused whether or not I liked women with tails. And so that was so I was worried. That's what I was concerned about walking into this Avatar 2. And unfortunately, I can't confirm that I would still hook up with an Avatar. I wouldn't even hesitate. Like, I wouldn't even second guess it. There would actually be no moral dilemma in my head. I wouldn't even hesitate for a second. If they asked, I would say yes. To pretty much all of them. Obviously not the children, you fucking weirdos, but same age as me, Avatar, possibly older as well. I would consider. The Avatar they also did make them a little bit too hot. Even the dudes, like, if we're just gonna be like keep it a buck with one another, like, they're a little too hot, right? Like, visually, this new Avatar, absolutely beautiful. They were a little bit too hot. Like, some of them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they really. Like, I was looking, like, sometimes, they would show, like, the avatars, like, sometimes there would be, like, a nip slip, even for the guys, right? There would be a nip slip for the guys, and I'm like, why did you take, who drew that much, who took that much time to draw such a hot nipple? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was sitting there, and I was like, somebody really liked their fucking job over at Avatar. I'm not going to lie, Avatar, it felt like they spent more time making the Avatar sexy than they did on the plot, and I'm just going to... And I sat there and I gave it my best shot. I really wanted to love it. It was not that it was bad. It wasn't objectively a bad movie. It just wasn't the greatest I've ever seen. Like, am I ever going to watch Avatar 2 again? No. Will I see Avatar 3? Sure. Sure I will, because it's very visually appealing. And, I have the brain of an 8-year-old sometimes. And, sometimes I just like pretty colors with a very shitty plot. I mean, that's who I am. Sometimes I like the pretty colors with the shitty plot. And so, really, I mean, that's just really all I thought walking out of that Avatar movie was. I was like, first of all, it looks like they spent, $950 million on the CGI and $50 million on the writers, maybe $50,000 on the writers. I honestly probably could have wrote a better plot for maybe $85,000 in a weekend if you would have given me a stab at it. But whatever, they don't want to give Cause a chance because they're fucking bitches. But yeah, that's how I felt about Avatar. Like I said, 1, the plot not really there. 2, visually appealing, absolutely. It was beautiful, absolutely gorgeous movie. C, absolutely no reason to make the Avatar that hot. There's absolutely no reason to give these people tails and make me sexually conflicted. There was absolutely no reason for that to happen, but it did throughout the movie, regardless of the sex of the Avatar, regardless of the gender that the Avatar was. I was interested every single time. Every single time they came on the screen, I was violently interested. Absolutely. Violently interested. But other than that, pretty much just kind of like, whatever. It was fine. It was good. I would advise if you're going to go watch it. I'm not trying to discourage you, but I would go see it in 3D. I would absolutely go see it in 3D. That made it very visually appealing. I did feel like I was going to throw up multiple times, but that's just part of the 3D experience, That's just really, if you don't feel like you're getting a little motion sick and then you're going to throw up multiple times while watching a 3D movie, well, then it's not that good of a 3D movie now, is it? Anyways, let's get into some current events. First of all, this one's very exciting. I was very excited to read this one off. Stanford just released an index of harmful language to avoid because they are ableist, ageist, or racist, and they don't want anybody saying these words on campus. Apparently, people are considering this a very woke list of harmful language and what you should replace it with. I'm not going to lie to you. At first, I thought this was going to be some Fox News article where Stanford was like, hey, don't call people slurs, and then some article was like, what the fuck? What do you mean I can't be casually racist, right? And that I thought that's what this was going to be. Not at all. This is actually quite hilarious and insane. So essentially what it is Stanford, let me just explain it. Stanford released a list of what every single article that I read, whether it was CNN or Fox, Daily Mail, every single article that I've read called it a woke list of harmful language. That's what they all called it. It's not just one person saying. When CNN calls it woke, it's out there. If I'm just like, if we're just gonna like be honest with one another, if CNN is calling it woke in an article, it's out there. It is out there. So here we go. Just to give you a little taste of what it is, the first one that I've seen, they said you're not allowed to use. Kill two birds with one stone. Instead, they want you to say, do two things at once. Why, you ask? Because it promotes animal cruelty. I wonder how they feel about raining cats and dogs. Do you think they're pro raining cats and dogs, or do you think they're against it? Not the thing about harmful language is that it leads to harmful activities or, harmful actions or severely, damaging words to someone, like obviously saying like violently racist slurs or things of that nature. That's obviously not cool. But saying kill two birds with one stone, listen, the only thing that I've ever thought about when someone says kill two birds with one stone, if I saw that, I understand you're like, it promotes animal cruelty. You would be a little impressed. One stone, two birds, like that's, why are they not in the MLB? Like, I'm going to be a little impressed. I'm not even going to be mad that they killed the two birds. I'm going to be like, that was kind of fucking sick. How the fuck did you do that? Why are you working at CVS? You should use this talent for good, right? I'm just saying. That's what I think. Another one, another stereotype that is out. You can't say white paper. What you should say is position paper. Why, you ask? Because white is racist. Hey, Stanford, listen, I know you're probably better at grammar than I am. I don't doubt that for 1 second. I think that if we were to both write scientific papers or argumentative papers, you would probably do better than me. But really quick, let me just throw this up on the screen. Look me in the eyes and tell me what color this piece of paper is. I don't know. I'm not sure. I just want to know what color this is. Look. I just want to know, what color is this piece of paper? Is it white? Because I think it is. The reason, I don't know, Stanford, if you know this, white is also just a color. It is, I get that it's a race, but it's also just a color. So when I say white paper, I'm not being racist. I'm just being efficient because that's what it is. It's a white piece of paper that I'm looking at. I'm right. That's all. No one says white paper and then in their head they're like white power. No. They just mean white paper. Moving forward, because I'm sure a lot of these are understandable. Here it is. It says Stanford University has published an index. That was just the beginning of this. We're going to have to dig in, okay? That was just the beginning of all of this. Let's keep moving here. Let me read you a little bit of this article. Stanford University has published an index of harmful language that it wants to eliminate because the terms are ableist, ageist, or racist. The university revealed the plan in May and wants to remove the words from its IT systems and websites. The elimination of harmful language initiative will also aim to educate people about the impact that racist, violent, and biased words have. Here is some of the ones that are included in this. In the culturally appropriate category, it says names should be used instead of chief or Pocahontas. Okay, yeah, this one 1,000% agree with. Definitely don't call a Native American person whose name you don't know Chief or Pocahontas. That's definitely racist. That's definitely that's definitely racist. Yeah, that's racist. Okay, you got me there. That is definitely racist. The site also suggests replacing Karen, you can't even say Karen, with demanding or entitled white woman. That's kind of funnier. Dude, no, that one I agree with. Demanding white woman is fire. No, that's a bar right there. Instead of Karen demanding white woman, that's gas. That one I agree with. Also, instead of using child prostitute, you could say child who has been trafficked. That sounds worse, I'm going to be honest with you. That sounds way worse. That sounds 10 times. Child who has been trafficked. That's what you thought was a better alternative to child prostitute? Listen, I don't think child prostitute is all that great either, right? I mean, it's obviously not awesome. You don't want to have to be saying it, but child who's been trafficked is definitely worse. That's definitely worse. That's definitely worse. In its section on ableist language, the institution says it will change addict for a person with substance abuse disorder. So you're just changing it to the definition? Yeah, no. Don't just say addict. Don't just say addict. Just say the definition instead. That doesn't really make any sense. And also change committed suicide to died by suicide. Also, I would argue that committed suicide is a little bit better than died by. They're equally, suicide is not good. It's not a positive thing, obviously. There's not a fun way there's no creative way for suicide. There's no way to change it. There's no creativity in suicide. Well, I think the government would disagree with that, right? Died by suicide. They love getting creative with that one. Okay, all right, don't kill me. I don't know anything, blah, blah, blah. I'm just a funny man. It also says it will swap the term blind review for anonymous review. Because when saying blind review, you're saying that being blind is abnormal. And okay. Once again, Stanford, not coming for you. You definitely know more than me. Absolutely. I'm an idiot. But isn't that technically correct that being blind is a little out of the ordinary? Most people aren't blind. So that's kind of why. Like, it's not like someone's being like, oh yeah, blind review, like they're screaming it at a blind person. Like, nobody's doing that. It's just, also blind has different meanings. I don't know if you know this. It doesn't just mean someone who can't see. It actually has multiple different meanings in the word, as in blind review. This is ridiculous. And another one, it says, while tone deaf should be swapped for unenlightened. That's oh yeah. No. Yeah, those racists? No. They're not tone deaf. They're just unenlightened. Yeah, no. They just need to dude, if I hear unenlightened, I feel like the next sentence is someone's going to tell me that I need to find Jesus. No, you're just unenlightened. Yeah, you need to find the Lord, actually. Tone deaf is, and the reason they're saying that is because it's you're making fun of the deaf. Nobody's making fun of the deaf when you say tone deaf. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's been doing that. You're doing that. You're suggesting that. Nobody's doing that, Stanford. When I say tone deaf, not once am I thinking that I'm making fun of the deaf. Never. Not once. Never in my life have I ever said tone deaf and I was like, LOL, deaf people. Never in my life. Never. Literally never in my life. Never, not once in my life. Never, not once. Never, not once. It also warns against words ending in men or women, such as freshman or congresswoman, as it is not inclusive. Yeah, congresswoman is not supposed to be an inclusive term because they're a congresswoman and not a congressman. That's kind of actually why it's not inclusive, because they're a congresswoman. Now, in the future, right, if there is a non-binary person who is on Congress, then yeah, they could be called whatever the fuck they want. If they want to be called congressperson, then absolutely, we'll call them that. But to tell a congresswoman who wants to be called a congresswoman that she's not allowed to be a congresswoman is insane. If they say they're a woman and you go, we're not calling you a congresswoman, I don't think that's being inclusive. That's actually kind of like counter-inclusive because you're not including them in what you want to call them. That's actually the opposite of what you're trying to do here. If they're a woman, right? If they're a woman and they want to be called, right? They identify as a woman. They want to be called a congresswoman, and you go, nah. I don't think that's being very inclusive. I don't know, though. I dropped out of college. I'm clearly the idiot here. What else? It also suggests that legacy status should be used instead of grandfather due to roots in the grandfather clause adopted by southern states to deny voting rights to what? Stanford, you can't say blacks. That's racist. No way they wrote that. That's like you couldn't have wrote black people or African American people or people of color. They wrote black. I'm not even fucking kidding. They literally wrote that. Don't tell me what's racist or not. You just said blacks. You can't say that. The fuck is wrong with what? No way. They're telling me to change my grammar to not be racist, and they just said blacks. That's fucked, dude. What? Also, grandfathered, like, nobody's thinking about the grandfather clause. When they say grandfathered in, oh yeah, I was grandfathered in. Nobody's like, holy fucking shit, you racist cunt. Nobody, not once in their life has said that and thought, holy fuck, you racist piece of shit. All they've thought was, oh, they mean grandfathered in, like they're a legacy student. That's what they mean. Another suggestion includes changing immigrant to a person who has immigrated and prisoner to a person who is/was incarcerated. So instead of saying a word, say the definition, is what they're telling me once again. Oh, are you an immigrant? You can't. Do you mean a person who has immigrated? Yeah, you fucking piece of shit. It's the same thing, man. It's the same. You're just saying the definition. Saying the definition doesn't make it any better. Like if you're just having like a regular conversation and you're like, "Oh yeah," like if someone was like, "Oh yeah, I was an immigrant," right? What are you gonna tell them not to say it? Hey, do you mean a person who immigrated? And you're like, "What the fuck? No, what? No." Now obviously like calling someone an immigrant derogatorily, not cool. And even if you're being derogatory, I don't think saying the definition is going to make it any less derogatory. If you want to be hateful, if someone wants to be hateful, they're going to be hateful. No matter how you make them phrase it, they're going to be hateful. Okay? All right, now here's a full list. Let's go through some of these. Don't say brave, say what? Say do not use it. Oh, don't say any word that has to do with brave. Anthony, why? Well, of course, because this term perpetuates the stereotype of the noble, courageous savage, equating the indigenous male as being less than a man. Or it means the definition of the word brave. I don't know though. I mean, this one's a reach. Like the other ones, they're stupid, but at least they make sense. This one's a violent reach. Anyways, another one. Can't say man hours, must say person hours because it reinforces male dominated language. See, that one, I'm going to be honest with you, I've never understood like the whole like man thing, because like when people are like, "Oh, you can't say mankind," like that's sexist. But isn't the definition of mankind the entire human race? Let's actually look that up real quick, because I could absolutely be incorrect, and maybe I was just being a dick about it. What's the definition of mankind? Let's see. I'll read you word for word. Human beings considered as a collective, semicolon, the human race. Yep. Okay, I was correct. Just making sure. Another one you can't say is trigger warning. You can't say trigger warning. Instead, you should say content note. The reason is that this phrase can cause stress about what's to follow. Additionally, one can never know what may or may not trigger a particular person. Yeah, that's why you put trigger warning at the beginning of a video, because you may or may not know what triggers a specific person. That's actually why they do it. They put trigger warning to warn you of a possible trigger. If somebody can you imagine somebody being like, content note, video contains flashing lights, and someone's like, what? And then before they could even register what they just read, they're seizing. And that's not cool. Trigger warning gets the point across. That's why you say it, because it's what it means. Okay, that's pretty much all of them. I'm not going to read any more. What else we got here? Oh yeah, let's go to that one that I brought up earlier. Anonymous cyberbully who harassed teen for a year was revealed to be the teen's mother. Yeah, so the teen's mom pretty much just had a bunch of burner accounts, and was violently bullying their own child. Which a little funny, right? A little funny. All I can imagine is that the mom probably was like telling the kid, they're like, the internet's dangerous, you're gonna get bullied. And then like after like a month, the kid was like, actually the internet's kind of nice, like as long as you don't post anything, no one's really mean to you. And then the mom was like, oh no, she was like, I can't be wrong. And she just started making burner accounts, and she's like sending her kid like death threats and telling their kid to like fucking she's like fucking DMing her kid from a burner account. She's like, you're a piece of shit. That's crazy. Let's read this article. Michigan woman charged with targeting own daughter in catfishing scheme. A Michigan woman was hit with felony charges this week for her role in an elaborate catfishing scheme that targeted her own daughter, which she later tried to blame on other teens. 42, Mount Pleasant, where she from, was arrested and charged Monday with 2 counts of stalking a minor, 2 counts of using a computer to commit a crime, and 1 count of obstruction of justice. Using a computer to commit a crime? I didn't even know that was a thing. That's actually the first time. Using a computer to commit a crime. The case against her is the culmination of a year-long investigation that started with a December 2021 complaint to Beale City Schools that Lakari, that's her name, Lakari's daughter and her then boyfriend were being cyberbullied. So she was harassing her own child and her boyfriend. This is fun. She sounds fun. She sounds exciting. If you can't, I mean, what kind of world are we living in where you can't harass your own child? Right? First, CPS steps up and they're like, stop hitting them. And I'm like, oh my God, you fucking liberals. Right? They started, I mean, when is this going to stop? When is this going to stop? First they come in and they're like, stop giving your crying baby whiskey and Tylenol, that's dangerous. And then they're like, stop smoking while you're pregnant, right? I'm like, who do you work for? CNN? And you know what I'm saying? Like, these fucking liberals want to ruin society. If I was able to get pregnant and I wanted a cigarette, get out of, so be it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some of these kids, you don't smoke while they're pregnant and they come out and they're like, they want to be social justice warriors, and I'm sick of it. I mean, why do you think people smoke while they're pregnant? So that they don't have some little fucker growing up talking about everyone should be treated equally and we shouldn't say the N-word. This is insane. This is, I mean, it's insane. It's wild. The world that we're living in is horrifying and I hate it here. I mean, listen, if I wanted to make a few burner accounts to scare my child, I should absolutely be able to, okay? If anyone's going to tell my kid that they're worthless and that nobody loves them, it should be me on a burner account on Facebook, not some random teen. I mean, when is this gonna stop? When is this over? All of a sudden, all these kids, next thing you know, they're gonna be saying that they don't believe, that they think Christianity is wrong and that they're gay and that that's okay. I mean, what the fuck, man? I mean, these fucking liberal alphabet people, they're out of their minds. There's only one alphabet, and that's A through Z, and that's final. There's only one alphabet, and it's there's only one fucking alphabet, and that's A through fucking Z, okay? There's no other alphabet. I don't want to, what was that? What do you mean English isn't the only language? You're fucking dumb. I don't care. These fucking liberals, they're ruining my life day by day. This is insane. They tell me my kid can't have whiskey. That was strike 1. Then strike 2, don't smoke while you're pregnant. And then strike 3, they go, stop hitting your infant. And I go, you don't understand. They were crying and I was on meth. And these fucking liberals, man, they're ruining my life day by day. They're taking away my freedom. And they're taking away my freedoms in this God-given country, just like Candace Owens says. It's LGBTQ plus. Why isn't there a C in there for Christian conservative woman? It's ridiculous. And there should be an S in there for strong, independent white woman. Or should Y isn't. And what I have to say is, and why isn't there a W for white power? Listen, you want to be inclusive. I'm just wondering why you're not including everyone. Oh, my God. I love doing bits like those. Those bits like those keep me coming back every single day, man. Could you imagine living in a time where everybody loved each other? Do you know how boring comedy would be? Listen, do I think that everybody should be inclusive of everyone? Absolutely. But comedy wouldn't be funny if they were. You know what I'm saying? Yes, racism bad, but it's funny to make fun of the racist. Don't act like it isn't. It's very fun. It's fun. It's fun. Don't act like it isn't. Have a little fun, you fucking dicks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, what do I think about this realistically? What do I think about this? I think that, I'm just waiting for the second coming of Christ so that he could burn all the liberals. I'm just waiting for Christ to come back and crucify each and every liberal. That's all I'm waiting for. I do believe that when Jesus comes down, he's going to be like, absolutely, hit your kid. What do you expect, man? I mean, my own father, he killed me. Kill your kid if you have to. Kill your kid if you have to. Casey Anthony, I was a fan. I'm not going to lie. She did what she had to do. That's an old one, huh? Casey Anthony did. Actually, funniest shit ever, when I was very young and the Casey Anthony trial was happening, on the news a lot, they wouldn't say the full name. And I would hear Anthony on the news and they were like, killed their child. And I was like so afraid. I was like, I don't even have a child. And I swear I didn't kill him. I thought they were talking about me. I heard Anthony and I was like, oh my God, no. Dude, I think I cried myself to sleep one night because I thought I was going to get arrested for killing a child that I don't remember killing. I don't even remember doing this, man. Oh, man, that's too good, dude. That is too good. That is too good. God, my dog looks so fucking cute right now. I'd love to throw you in the oven, put you on 450, and just cook you for 25 minutes. God, you're cute. God, I want a piece of that. I want a piece of that little cute ass fucking shit. God, you're so cute. You're so cute. Oh, look at you. Look at your face. Ugh. I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you. You're so fucking cute. I just want to slice that ear off. Cook it on 450. Maybe slow roast it. Maybe with a little bit of butter. God, you're cute. You little sexy little ass. Fucking cute little fuck. Sexy little boy. God, I love my dog. He's so fucking cute, man. Look at him. Oh, God, look at curl up in a ball. Oh, God, that's cute. People on Instagram would eat that shit up right now. Look at him. He's got a little Snoopy bandana on for Christmas. Fucking so fucking cute. Fucking goddamn, you're fucking cute. God, I just want to swallow you whole and never spit you out. I fucking want you inside me. You're so fucking gorgeous and cute. God, you're so cute. I'm gonna fucking jump off a bridge. I can't even take it. You're so fucking cute. Sorry. Anyways, to finish up here with this thing, it says at the time the report was made, Lakari, the woman accused, was employed by BO City Schools as a girls basketball coach. It just keeps getting better, man. Barbary confirmed Lakari and the other students' mother cooperated with the school officials in the initial investigation. Oh, wait. I lost it. Hold on. I lost the article. Open up, dude. Open the fucking link. Sorry, I lost my place. Hold on. Barbary, who's the detective, I believe in this, told the Morning Sun that his office has since compiled 349 pages of text. God, dude, this lady took being a hater to another level. Could you imagine sending 349 pages of texts, of hateful text to your own child? Honestly, after 50 pages, I kind of want to read this myself. That's a little creative. Can I find this online? Yeah, I can't find it. But at the end of this article, it says, after reading about this example, of bad parenting. Read about the time a 5-year-old took his dad's meth to school and said eating it turned him into Spider-Man. Well, of course we have to read this. Actually, we'll save that for next week. Honestly, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I've been so hot this entire time, but I wanted to wear this Christmas sweater because it's technically the Christmas episode, even though we didn't really get into Christmas. I mean, I kind of been talking about Christmas this entire time, so it kind of felt redundant to talk about Christmas. Next week's episode going to be very, very, very fun because we're going to be talking about New Year's resolutions. I'm probably going to have you guys send in your New Year's resolutions, so keep an eye out on the Instagram, Kickin with Kaz. Other than that, rate, review, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, comment, subscribe, leave a like, send it to your friends, share, rate, review, like I said. And other than that, we're going to... also, by the way, I hope you have an absolutely fucking fantabulous Christmas, fantabulous holiday, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or just weekend if you're not religious. I hope you're doing good. I hope you have an amazing time, and I hope you stay brave. Sue me, Stanford. I fucking dare you. We end every episode like we always do with 2 claps and Ric Flair. So can I get 2 claps and a Ric Flair? Woo! See you next week.